Throughout history, taverns have been the hubs of society, where people could come together to meet, celebrate, or just relax and strengthen that sense of community. In today's hectic world, this is sometimes forgotten. At Drinkin' Texas, we're on a mission to remind you. We're out there making friends one beer at a time, and we're doing it at some of the greatest joints you might never have heard of. We find the hidden gems, the places where they still make food like they used to, where they pour cold beers like they're supposed to, and where you hear great music like we all need to. The kinds of places that you'll want to share with your friends. That's why we're taking you to some of the best venues around for finding a cold beer and having a good time. Whether you're looking for an entire lost weekend or just a weekday happy hour. So join us as we visit the bars, breweries, and dance halls that make Texas great. This is Drinkin' Texas.
I like that. That's a good. Longtime residents of Taylor might recognize this building at 113 West 2nd Street as the old bookstore and junk shop, a place where you could find a well-used couch or some mismatch end tables, plenty of dog-eared books for sale. And while you're still going to find all of those particular things inside, they merely serve as a setting for a new and unique drinking venue.
The Black Sparrow Music Parlor is not your typical small-town Texas bar. Oh, there's beer and barbecue inside, let's not get crazy. But there's also a comfortable style and erudite, is that a word? Atmosphere that brings its customers together. Let's go inside. Black Sparrow Music Parlor isn't an easy place to describe. Like the name implies, it's a music venue, but it doesn't keep to any single genre. It's a beer and wine bar, but it's becoming known for its specialty drinks. It's a setting designed to attract and stimulate intellectuals and artists. But it is also designed to appeal to and comfortably welcome the common man. Perhaps the best way to explain these dichotomies, see, I can make up words too, is to understand where the inspiration behind the whole Black Sparrow name and image came from. Mike and I are here with Shannon from Black Sparrow Music Parlor in Taylor, Texas. Shannon, thank you very much for joining us today.
Yeah.
Mike has a question for you that he's been dying to ask.
Okay.
All right, so I need to know, what is this obsession you have with Captain Jack Sparrow?
Oh, God. Okay, obsession is the right word. Jack Sparrow is the wrong reference.
Okay. All right.
So, when I was 25 years old, I found a writer that, sort of in a way unfortunate for me, I found the best writer who ever lived at an early age in life, so that ruined me for all other writers. So I read him still to this day. I just reread his books. Charles Bukowski is my favorite writer. He, at the time of, I guess, like in his late 40s, he was still unpublished. He didn't publish his first book until he was 49. And this was in the early 60s. And at that time, no one would publish him because he wasn't like what people thought of as a traditionally good writer. He was uneducated, he was a bum, he was a drunk, and he, you know, was homeless half of the time. So no one would publish him. So this man named John Martin started a publishing company called Black Sparrow Press to publish him. And now he's known, you know, Bukowski is now known as one of America's greatest writers. So I named the place in honor of John Martin, who, you know, put his life on the line, you know, and worked day and night to be able to bring an artist that was unrecognized by, you know, society at that time to the forefront.
So is that kind of a theme for this place? I mean, I notice you have entertainment here, but it's not the stuff you're going to see at every corner bar. You know
that, yeah, that it's kind of, I don't know if it's accidental that it's happened that way, but I think that kind of is just in line with my belief system. So everything that, you know, I do tends to be in that, you know, realm. I think the fact that I latched onto and was so inspired by John Martin and what he did is because I believe in what he did. And yeah, we definitely seem to be, like I was saying earlier, we're kind of like the island of misfit toys. We have a lot of really interesting people come through here that some would say at first glance are crazy, and if you look a little deeper, they're just hyper intelligent and special.
That is really the vibe of this place, intelligent and special. People who have never visited the Black Sparrow might think it all sounds a little nerdy or too hip or intimidatingly exclusive, but that couldn't be more wrong. To use Shannon's own words, It's like the island of misfit toys, where everyone is welcome and able to fit in. It's no accident the Black Sparrow sort of feels like home. In fact, all the furniture, decor, books, and art are items from Shannon's house. And as far as what kind of music you might find here, a look at some recent shows include singer-songwriters, rock, metal, punk, big band, Celtic, and an Austin all-star tribute to local icon Izzy Cox. If it sounds a bit like the kind of place you might find in South Austin, there's a reason for that. And if you're wondering what a place like this is doing in the little country town of Taylor, there's a reason for that too.
Why Taylor?
Because I lived in South Austin and have worked in the music industry my entire adult life. And I got to the point where I put on shows for other people. And I got to the point where I was starting to see all of my bosses as peers. And I was like, oh shit, I better like start my own company soon because I'm starting to rebel, you know? Like I'm starting to say, get your own damn coffee. Yeah. And like, that's not gonna, like I better like get something started. So then when I knew that time had come, I started to look for places to open up this spot. I looked at East Austin and I felt like it's all been done before. Like in East Austin, in Austin at all, like it has all been done before, and I would only be adding to the plethora of venues, you know. And I wanted to be somewhere where this was needed, and I wanted to separate myself from all the chaos so that it could stand on its own and be something that's needed. So I built a map and started researching all the small towns around Austin within a 40-mile radius. And this is the one that I just kept coming back to. It was in part the building. The building drew me in. I could not shake this building. I loved it. And then also I don't know, I felt like a possibility here, and damn it, I was finally right about something. Because I've just watched everything like flourish, and especially in the arts around here.
The bar serves beer, lots of beers, though none on tap. The selection rotates, and if you don't see your favorite here, ask about it, and they may be able to get some for the next time. They also do signature cocktails, using only real fruits and juices, mixed with red and white wines, sakes, and champagnes. A favorite of the Sunday crowd is the kombucha mimosas. The food is handled by Black Sparrow Barbecue, also known as Ryan, whose small batch craft barbecue is feeding a growing frenzy.
And so then for people coming in, what do you have here? Obviously beer.
Beer.
But tell me a little about the food side.
Okay. So with the bar, we have beer.
That's nice.
Lots of beers. And we have, we do signature cocktails, which we only use like real fruits and juices in our cocktails. And we mix them with white wines or red wines or sake or champagne. Okay. We also have one that has kombucha in it, which is really great. And like our Sunday crowd loves the kombucha mimosas. That's when we like really mix up that. Then on the food side, so Ryan handles all the food here. He has Black Sparrow Barbecue. And he does a small batch artisan brisket. Is that what you call it? Small batch artisan?
I wouldn't go that far.
It sounds
small batch, like he does small batch, like
Small batch craft.
craft. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for, which makes it different. It makes a difference because when you're doing like
so
5 briskets at a time, they are his babies.
He doesn't cook 100 briskets at a time.
He doesn't do 100 at a time.
He puts more love into 5 than you could into 100.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he does like and then so we serve barbecue anytime we're open. We have barbecue. We do brisket plates and barbecue sandwiches and chili.
So this is Ryan. He owns Black Sparrow Barbecue, which is right here inside Black Sparrow Music Parlor. So when you come for the great music, you come for the great drinks, you can also get a great plate of barbecue. This man right here. So tell us a little bit about your barbecue.
So I started out barbecuing at Thorndale Meat Market, just down the road. Actually barbecued all my life. My grandpa, my dad, just have a passion for it. So when I came in to this with Shannon, I thought what better way to you know, to add to the live music and to the beer and everything else, but to have barbecue. I mean,
actually, you did not. That's not the way it happened. Can I tell the truth? Can I tell the truth? What happened was
everybody should quit.
So what happened was we were having a show, and he was like
I was just
jonesing to barbecue.
Yeah,
like he just wanted to barbecue.
I was playing around in the backyard.
Yeah, he was playing around in the backyard barbecuing.
I made some ribs, and somebody said, who was it?
It was a group of like underage kids that would not leave. Like they came in, they saw that he was barbecuing. It was like 5 teenage boys, and they hung around for like 2 hours waiting for that meat to come off the pit. It was pretty cute. And then other people came in, and it never even made it to the bar. Like I never got to even try what he barbecued because it
never made it past the corner right there.
Yeah. So then we were like, oh shit, there's something to this. I think that we could sell this.
The Black Sparrow Music Parlor is open Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays at 5 p.m. unless they're opening early for a special event. They are also available for rental as an event venue or a band rehearsal or recording space. Check blacksparrowmusicparlor.com or their Facebook page for details. And now before we go, random question. So 5 questions.
Oh, okay, 5 questions. Well, I'm gonna start with the standard one. So we kind of round this thing up with just 5 questions. It's sort of word association. First thing that comes to your mind, if there's a story, tell the story. And the first one is, what was your first beer?
My first beer?
Your first beer.
Gold Slops.
What?
You said word association, right? That's what I saw in my head.
What the hell is Gold Slops?
Am I saying that wrong? You know that liquor that is
it
has gold chips?
Lager. Okay,
yeah.
that's
Gold chips.
At all.
Yeah. And I was way too young, and whoever that adult was that let me get in that liquor cabinet, shame on you.
Mom? Bad mom.
Actually, but first beer, I would assume would have been I was going to say, my dad drank Coors Light, still does, drink Coors Light. But I don't think I ever, that probably was it. I was probably 2 years old. Because, like old country folks, they put the babies right here and they give it to you and then they laugh because you go like that and they think it's so funny. That's probably the first beer.
That's life in Texas, folks.
Yeah.
All right. You good?
I'm good. Are you good?
I'm good.
All right.
Fantastic.
That's so fun.
Oh, yeah. We're having a good time doing this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome, guys. Thank you. That was really
Blast.
fun.
All right. All right. Put this stuff back.
Cut.
Call out the blue, say, baby, where you been so